Hey, welcome everybody. It's Jeremy Osterberger with BIC Magazine. Today I'm joined by Gary Bernardez, CEO of AMECO, and Tim Freeze, President of FM MAFCO and Chief Growth Officer of AMECO. Hey, thank you both for coming on, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So we're here today to talk to Gary and Tim about AMECO's recent acquisition of FM MAFCO, which has greatly expanded AMECO's site services offering. So Gary, for those who may not be familiar with AMECO, let's just give a quick history of the company and tell our industry audience about the products and services offered by the company.
Thank you, Jeremy. Much appreciated. Yeah, this is our 75th year anniversary of AMECO, originating in Daniel Construction back in 1947. So quite a year for us in terms of last year, as you know, Jeremy, we acquired with One Equity, we acquired AMECO from Fluor to fully focus on 100% site services business that we've been doing over those past 75 years. And the focus now is all of North America with AMECO. And again, our definition of site services emanates from years and years of working with contractors to optimize their ability to get their work done where they work. And as part of evolving AMECO to be preeminent site services company, we feel like the F&M acquisition enhances our ability to do that throughout North America, and we're extremely excited to have them as part of the team.
Yeah, Tim, same thing. Give us a quick rundown of FM MAFCO and a little bit about the company.
Yeah, FM MAFCO, 77 years. We started in 1945. We are a third generation privately held organization. Started in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we have now 9 locations throughout the U.S., Canada, and the Virgin Islands. Our organization has gone through a really exciting time and a transition for us. Our business is focused very similar to Gary's and Gary's team in AMECO, primarily heavy industrial, tool rental. We do site solutions also. In addition to that, we have a heavy lifting rigging component that focuses on the infrastructure and marine business. This is an exciting time for us. Again, for us to be able to find a partner like AMECO to complement what we do into their portfolio is something that's very exciting for us. So it's going to be a very fun ride for both these organizations.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. And Gary, tell us about the catalyst for combining the two organizations. What led to this marriage?
Yeah, so we were 3/4 of a year into establishing AMECO as a standalone private enterprise. So, obviously a lot going on, as you can imagine, extracting a company out of a former parent and setting it up to serve the marketplace and actually making good progress, Jeremy. A really good, strong team, taking all that those lessons learned over those 75 years and commercializing those lessons with a focus on helping contractors be more productive, safe, and doing the things for them that allow them to do what they do best. And that's been the mantra of site services for a long time at AMECO. Well, when we looked at how do we enhance that and what are the ways and capabilities that we can add to do that, one of the things became apparent with the F&M opportunity is a very, very similar culture, like extremely aligned on serving customers in the field. The other thing is that the F&M team does an incredible job of serving regional contractors, really very vetted in the power segment of the market, and also migrating value proposition with their strike force and next step capabilities. And they're just very, very complementary and additive to AMECO. They also help us access the spend, I would say, on the outage and maintenance side of the business more, AMECO being more capital construction focused. So they help us capture more of the share of spend on the construction and maintenance sides. And then both of us together are very focused on getting to the owners, where we can provide value at that ownership level. So I think when you combine culture, capability, Tim mentioned their engineering capabilities. That's something unique that's not resident in the current version of AMECO. And then when you snap the locations together, Tim talked about their 9 locations and AMECO's 5. They not overlap at all. It's all extremely complementary, and very rarely do you find an opportunity to put two organizations together that have that much in common but are not overlapping. And that's what became very apparent, very synergistic. And we're taking an approach of both brands. They both bring something unique to the marketplace, and doing a best of breed type of an approach to how we serve the market.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. And on that branding comment you made, yeah, how will that work short term, long term, as far as the branding of the organizations?
Yep. So short term, we're maintaining both brands. So we just finished Tim and I talking to the employees at their largest their headquarters and their largest location, Cincinnati. And one of the things we continue to reiterate is there's a lot of reasons we acquired F&M, and so that brand means something in this industry. And so we want to maintain that brand and the identity of what it brings to our customers. So right now, Jeremy, we're going to maintain both the AMECO and the F&M MAFCO brands. The company is headquartered in Greenville, South Carolina. Obviously, F&M has a significant presence in Cincinnati and the other locations. So we're going to ride that to make sure that we extract and bring all of the benefit of both of those companies to the marketplace, and maintain both brands, at least for the time being.
Sounds good. So Tim, I mentioned that you were a chief growth officer for the AMECO side. Can you tell me about your plans and your strategy, at least to date? I know there's probably still some ongoing approach there, but give us an update on where that stands.
Yeah, I mean, just a further springboard on Gary's comments. I mean, when our organization was looking for a partner, I think it was very important that we understand how we got to this position. You know, we had aging shareholders, but they had three primary goals. And those primary goals were, one, we want to maximize their value of all their hard work. But the two most important goals was, where can we land with an organization that we continue our innovation? Because F&M is a very innovative organization, very entrepreneurial. And then the other piece of that is, where do our people land from an opportunity standpoint to complement each other? So if you look at growth, and Gary and I have talked through this for the last 7 or 8 months as we work through this transaction, one of the things that we're going to do is, we're going to, first and foremost, we're going to maximize the customer and partner base that we have. So we're going to take the best of breed of both organizations, and we're going to drive that into our collective relationships. So for instance, AMECO gives us a significant presence now on the Gulf Coast that we did not have. And Gary previously mentioned, with that transactional operation maintenance type outage work, we're very solid and very innovative in that piece of business. We now can take that piece and put it into the AMECO footprint, into their footprint, and leverage that across the Gulf Coast. So you'll see a significant presence of us in the Gulf Coast helping leverage that. One of the things that we bring is, we bring 1,500 customers to AMECO, 1,500 new customers, very little overlap in customer base, which is very exciting. In addition to that, we're going to take what we do from an infrastructure standpoint, and we're going to work with Gary and his crew on how we leverage that inside of their current relationships at the large EPC level. That's been a gap for them, and we can now fill that gap with a very good value proposition. In addition to that, then we take what we were doing in Canada. We have a footprint in Canada. They have a much bigger footprint in Canada. So how do we take what we're doing there in the best of breed and layer it into what they're doing at the largest LNG facility in Canada, and then spawn from that growth? So initially, that's going to be the first thing, is we're going to maximize where we are in our current customer base. But then over the next few weeks, we're really going to focus on the diversification of our account base, and then how we take best of breed of both packages to the marketplace to become, one, a premier site solutions person organization, but also how do we leverage that outage and maintenance footprint across the country, because we're very, very good in that business.
Oh, thanks, Tim. Appreciate that insight. And Gary, I'll flip back to you. This acquisition, and let's talk a little bit about engagement and company culture. How have the employees of both organizations sort of reacted, and talk a little bit about that culture, and how do you drive that through the organization when this type of merger happens?
Yeah, that's been a high priority. We can't get all of the benefit in the marketplace if we don't have engaged and enthused employees that also buy into the vision that we have for the combined organizations. But I think most importantly is understand their role in linking to the success. And so one of the things we're focused on is communicating internally clearly. some of the same questions you asked, Jeremy. Why are we doing it? What are the benefits? What do we think's the game changer in terms of our serving our customers? And then very quickly linking the organization to those successes and those highlights. And then I think the other thing we're spending some time on as we go through the first 60 days is pulse surveying and obtaining questions. What's on your mind? When you've been doing it, Tim mentioned we've been talking for 7 or 8 months now. So we're very versed with each other. I couldn't be more enthused about bringing a caliber team and person like Tim onto the AMECO team, because it just provides an incredible bandwidth. So we've had a chance to get to know each other, understand how each other work, think. We just have to give that same opportunity to our employees, and so we're doing all we can to be extremely transparent in where we are in the process of bringing best of breed together, how that affects them, really focusing on the measurements that we're using to judge how we're doing, and also taking our own personal accountability. Tim and I are extremely involved with our respectful employee bases. I appreciate his approach to that. And the AMECO team, I think, to give them incredible credit, they were 10 months into standing themselves up as a standalone organization. And then, now within the first year, acquiring a company that, significantly adds to the breadth of the organization. So I think excitement is the first one, but we want to make sure that excitement extends and is not dissipated by lack of communication or organization. The other thing we both organizations, is tightened up our organizations right before the announcement of this joint merger of the companies. So I think everybody's buttoned up, ready to go. I know the F&M team, has been ready to go, going through a sale process, and they're led by an incredible leader. So we're ready to go. We like to talk about hungry, humble, smart, plus fair, firm, and fun. That's going to be hard to beat. And our job is to help encourage our employees to be as excited as we are.
I love it. Hey, Tim, anything else to add from the FM MAFCO side of culture and how that will be kind of melded together with AMECO?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and again, one of the biggest fears is being the previous CEO of F&M and finding a spot for our organization to continue the next chapter of what they are. The biggest fear of that is having to be a part of an ownership that you have to educate of how we do things and how our people are. What I've learned and our people have learned over the last many years, I mean, AMECO really came out of a very similar situation. I mean, they were inside of a parent company that had to unbolt and started down an entrepreneurial type trail. F&M was in the same arena. We had aging shareholders that said, hey, we need to take this to the next level. So now you have two organizations that have they have unbelievable people. Every time we interact at all levels, it's like old home week. It's like these people have worked together for many times. And the key to that is Gary carries the mantra of leadership. His heart's in the right spot for his people. And that's the most important thing. And I carry a similar virtue with that. And if your heart's in the right place for your people, I believe that emanates down. So we're going to see a lot of that integration of culture. We do subscribe to Humble, Hungry, Smart. They're firm, fair, fun. And there's no other better team in this industry, in this space, that I've met with this caliber of people on both sides of the fence. And Gary handled it very well. We handled it very well. And then he's done a very good job of integration of his team coming in, not to make sure that they're, he uses the word anthill. And so, you're not running over people and things like that. We're working very, very strong together.
I like it. Thanks, Tim and Gary, for getting into the culture of the organizations. So look, Gary, I'll sort of close this out with another comment and question. Talk a little bit about the new operations center in Baton Rouge. Big Magazine was there for the, ribbon cutting and welcoming. Tell us about how that new facility is going and what is the impact of that over in the Gulf Coast.
That's great. And thanks for attending. You guys do a great job. And we appreciate it. Yeah, we had the opportunity to get that open a little bit after we bought the company in May. It helps us bracket the Gulf a little better, especially with what we see coming, in that part of the region. We've strengthened our leadership structure over the Gulf Coast. And so, it's been a long-term historical market for us. And that facility allows us to better stage in preparation of what's coming. At the open house we had, we demonstrated the various site services that we feel like are most relevant to the customers we're dealing with there, like a water solution for sites, our Perry scaffolding, obviously well-maintained and ready to go equipment and tool solutions. So it was an opportunity to demonstrate what we mean by site services, and also, fire up our employees. They're ready to grow, and they're ready to show that we're making investments in that part of the world, not to keep doing it like we've done 75 years, but to up the game on the definition of what site services is. And so adding F&M, as Tim said, it's going to be a high priority region to expand our capabilities with F&M. So they'll be located in those locations with us very soon. And then I think lastly, Jeremy, the other thing that we find on the Baton Rouge side is we've really been able to, logistically and operationally, it helps us be more competitive and closer to some customers that we want to be close there. And so it rang the bell for all of those reasons, and we're really excited about that location.
Well, look, Gary, I'm from Baton Rouge, and I'm telling you, I know you like that red and blue, but if you paint all that equipment purple and gold, man, you'll rent a lot more.
We've had a few requests.
All right. Awesome, man. I'll bring the paint. So.
All right. Sounds good.
Well, look, Tim and Gary, it's been fun hanging out with you. Gary, thanks again for joining us. We love spending some time with the folks from AMECO. And Tim, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you very much.
And as always, we're so grateful for our audience. Please like and share this recording with colleagues. And for more industry news, videos, webinars, and podcasts, visit bicmagazine.com. Remember, everyone, it's what we do together that counts.